All right, so moving on to the last two factions. Let's get these done so we can call it night. It is late.
It is indeed.
So resistance again. Neither of us play resistance, but I played against them a fair few times now. Both Sophie and Gareth are big fans. What has changed for them?
So duct tape and bubblegum, there were some quirky little things you could do to make ships invincible. They've really tightened the wording up on that. So
yeah,
no more duct tape and bubblegumming, and then box of scrap thing, and then
it dies. It dies.
it dies.
The end.
It just does. You can only hold it together so long.
Yeah. One really nice change, redundant ship systems was a common take where it used to be you would, for one action point, you would roll twice for the crippling effect, and you, the resistance player, would pick the result you want on your own ships, which is fine, but didn't guarantee it would do anything. And it was 1 point, and if you really wanted to not suffer a bad crit, you just spend 2 points to take a +1 damage. Now, redundant ship systems for a single point. Whenever your ship is crippled for any reason, rolls 1d6 rather than 2d6 for a crippling effect. You count a 1 as a 2 just because you can't roll 1 on 2d6, but this means the worst case scenario is you suffer a fire. All the bad stuff happens from a 7 up. So you're not going to have defenses or weapons or engines turned off. Most likely you suffer 1 more damage or a spike or a fire, which is really nice.
Yep. And it's faster to resolve.
Also that, yeah. Final mission is now 1 action point rather than 2. This is where you have a fire ship basically turn into a boarding pod. Cute. Never Tell Me the Odds, I think, used to give you re-rolls flying through scenery with... I think it's now you can do it when you launch a wing of assets or move or through scenery.
Because launching now counts as moving through it.
Indeed. And then Sabotage is basically identical to the UCM one, to Infiltrate and Sabotage, with an additional sentence at the end, where after rolling you can spend 1 more action point to re-roll the D3 you rolled, and treat this ability as an attack for purposes of removing the feature. I.e., spend an action point to do it, spend another action point, possibly even 3, because it might be 2 base, spend another action point to re-roll the D3.
2 base.
So you're looking at spending 3 action points to re-roll a D3, and if you get a 3, you do 4 damage and delete a feature. I can't see myself burning an action point on it unless it's absolutely critical. I was trying to remove a Janitor Tower or something.
When's the activation phase?
It's after... Oh, the timing is different, that's true. This is after all ships have activated and all ground assets are fired.
So if you've got 3 Admiral points left at that point, no reason not to burn them.
I suppose, yeah. It is before battalion combat, it's before scoring, but again, it's after those ground weapons have fired, for what it's worth. But yeah, if you've got the points, you may as well burn them.
Yeah. Can't take them into the next round.
Well, exactly. What big important stuff do we have? So, cruiser systems, some pretty significant points drops or firepower increases, or both in some cases. The cost of bulk liners and fire ships have gone up, so drop has gone up by 3 points per module, which is a big deal. Ablative armor, I think, used to give you just +1 to, I think it's energy saves. Now it gives a cruiser reinforced armor and improves their kinetic and energy save by 1 for 12 points.
Ooh, well, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's moving them on to, I think, a 4-up kinetic, 3-up energy. And reinforced armor, they're then really, really quite tanky, actually.
Yeah, and bombardment mortars have gone up as well. I mean, they were so common that there was obviously a problem that they were the best choice.
Yeah, the default settings, I think, was bombardment turrets and launching bulk landers, because being able to shell the drop site and then put your bulk landers on it in the same activation was an obvious choice.
I mean, it's put a cruiser with that up by 9 points. It's not end of the world, but it's just a little nudge of the needle.
Yeah, exactly. The moon effects has gone up to 19 points, so quite an increase, but not quite the full 20. Probably deserved. They were quite good. Heavy frigates have gained reinforced armor, which is interesting. Having that crit defense on a little light ship is...
Doesn't do that much for them, does it?
You don't think so? Reeve or Scald?
What's their saving throw in the first place?
That I'm not sure.
See, ignoring Reeve and Scald might help if they had armor worth a damn.
Right.
As it is, they've got 4+ energy, 5+ kinetic.
Yeah, okay, all right. It's not doing a whole lot.
Not changing the world.
Okay, fine. You make a good point. The Galileo, the telescope token battery, has been tweaked. Beforehand, your tokens went away at the end of the round. Now they last until the Galileo places another telescope token, or the ship that has been telescoped goes on silent running. This is a nice change for both players. It's sticking around is useful, rather than the weird it clears at the end of the round, where if you do it late in the round it doesn't matter, and so on. But also now some agency for the opposing player. If you've just been telescope tokened and you're staring down the barrel of an Amazon, you can go, all right, fine, silent running. I'll skip a turn to survive.
Yeah. That's nice. The light ships, the Sagittare and the Bellares, gaining vectored. I mean, those things are about 60% by engine.
Yep.
And
I think they're front arc as well on their artillery cannons.
Yeah, they are. But gaining vectored means you can go weapons free and still turn.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not bad, actually, with Fusillade 2 on the Sagittare.
For 30 points, putting out 6 shots on a 4+.
Pretty fast as well, I think, which resistance usually aren't.
Plus 16.
That's
is
very
big.
fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably... Even by Scourge standards, that's nippy.
As you said, they're mostly engine.
Yes.
Yeah, they're probably worse ways to spend 60 points at the end of a list.
Yep.
The Collins is interesting, and this might end up being the lifeblood of resistance fleets. This is your kinetic defense. So this is your little carrier light ship. Its fighter support has changed to wing support. So now any friendly fighters within 6 inches of this ship can be used for close protection against kinetic weapons. So everyone else has lost it. You get to keep rerollable kinetic saves with fighters if the fighters are near the Collins. Which is fair enough.
Which, yeah, given the speed of resistance fighters, that's no hardship.
No. In addition, friendly fighters within range remove 2 bombers each rather than 1, which is really quite a big deal potentially. There's a big bomber wave coming in. But I guess it's got to be when the fighters have to be within 6 when they do so. So that also means the enemy bombers, therefore, have to be within 6 when they do so. So your Collins has to fly up toward the bomber wave, and get in their way potentially.
Yes.
Finally,
fighters move first and then bombers, don't they? So you can't wait for the bombers to come to you and then pounce on them.
Correct, yeah. But you can stick within range for your rerolls, I suppose, because then you've got 13 inch range on your rerolls. And then finally, the saturation fire at 5, when there are 5 or more bombers instead of 6.
So you negate an extra save.
Yeah.
Yep, that's nice.
Cool. Light cruisers and cruisers, I think both basically all cruisers get a clarification on how their hard points work.
And you can explicitly take up to 2 structures.
Yeah.
It used to be hard capped at 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Gladiator went up in points a little bit, not by much. Lost overcharge on its secondary vent cannons, though, so it only has overcharge on its main turrets now, which means you've got to point it at the thing you want to kill.
The heavy vent cannons have 4 shots, the turret only has 2.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that's a significant firepower reduction then.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. That might hurt, because I know the Gladiator is very popular as the one of the main gunboats.
Oh, yeah, they punch really hard. So,
yeah.
I mean, for their points, I still think they're really solid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All of the... I'm not sure they're actually called battle cruisers. I think they're called a Gladiator is a Grand Cruiser, and a Senator and so on is a battle cruiser. So all the battle cruisers did gain Vanguard technically. They gained Vanguard 3, which isn't a lot, but it's still...
It's enough to put them on the table.
That's put them on the table. That's potentially a big deal for the Senator, because you want to get that to an enemy drop site and render it irrelevant.
Oh, it's even better at bombing drop sites.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't quite good enough before.
Oh yeah, Skal 2, good. fine.
Yeah.
Also good for getting it into scan range of enemy ships because it can share its close action. If you are within scan range of a senator, that's not the best way to explain this. Friendly ships, no.
No.
Enemy ships within scan range of a senator can be targeted with close action weapons from full scan range rather than just close action range. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. If you can get your senator there faster, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yep. Nice.
Box of scraps on the triumvir has been simplified. It used to be that when you'd be destroyed, you'd heal D3 damage, but then take the further damage points. Oh, no, sorry, it's just saying when it's destroyed due to damage. It isn't. It was destroyed due to some other source. This is, again, fixing the interaction you said at the start of the section, I believe.
Yeah.
It just straight up repairs enemy ships for 2 hull points that end their activation within 6 of it, which is nice.
Oh, yes. Yep.
The Amazon has picked up Focused on the Spinal Mass Annihilator.
Good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
No more trick shots through 2 frigates.
Yeah, and also no escorts to avoid it.
Upsides, yes.
Yeah, which I think is a major buff because, having that thing rerouted to an escort was very upsetting.
Yep. And then some changes to Dreadnoughts. The Pathfinder is no longer a colossal ship.
Huh. That's interesting. So you do now have a heavy Build-A-Bear ship.
You do.
Oh, that's significant. I didn't even notice that in the first read, but yeah, that's actually very nice because now you can have an entire fleet of completely bespoke ships. The 10k mass drivers basically became the same as most other mass drivers of that size. They picked up caliber as the main difference, or picked up penetrator as the main difference.
They had critical 1, they've gone to critical 2, and they've gained penetrator.
Yes.
And they've lost fusillade 2, but they've gained volley 2.
Oh, okay. How many shots were they?
They were 2 shots.
With fusillade 2, now they're 2 shots twice. Without needing to do weapons free.
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah, I mean, that's it for Resistance. Again, we are almost certainly missing some nuance here, but on the whole, it looks like generally a tidy up. Most of this word count is clarifications about how the Build-A-Bear ships work. A few things have been reined in again, like the Gladiator, but no major nerf.
No. The Colonizer has always been Command Ship 2.
Okay.
No longer has 4+ backups. But the Explorer, the smaller, now smallest colossal ship, has gained Command Ship 1.
Oh, that's nice.
That gives a nice little escalation as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not seeing major changes for Resistance. The biggest one, I think, at a glance, the uninitiated, the Collins allowing you to keep those kinetic rerolls for a cost is a big deal. And I'll be interested to see what impacts reinforced armor has on cruiser systems.